Welcome, everybody to the Shipwreck Podcast. I'm your host, Bobby Ship. Once again, I'm here. Sorry I missed you guys last week, but it's all right. We're gonna do what we wanted to do last week. This week, I'm really looking forward to this one because I think it's just gonna be interesting. I'm really looking forward to talking to my shipmates this week about Jasmine and versus Charlie Rico. I think I said his name correctly. I don't know. We'll get into it. But I'm just really excited. This is the last pod of the year. Tentatively, I think tentatively really is because we got Christmas Eve next week, and then we got New Year's Eve the week after that. So this is the last one for the year, and I'm looking forward to it. We want to see if we get to the soundtracks this week. I don't know if we will because I really want to concentrate on this Jasmine, this Texas race. I wanted to see where we stand at on that. And then of course we want to talk about what's going on with other current events and stuff like that in the world. So I'm just excited. I'm excited to hear what my shipmates got to say about this subject. It's going to be really interesting. So with that being said, let's first get into what's popping. Let's add on some of our esteemed guests that we always have on here or new to the show. Again, if this is your first time, please like and subscribe if you're on YouTube already. If you're on Facebook, go to the YouTube page, like and subscribe. If you're on Facebook too, before you go, share this on your page so that way more people can see it and hopefully join the conversation and maybe learn something even as well. We do got a new feature. I don't know if you see it scrolling down there on the bottom. You can actually call in now for our technological disadvantaged people who don't know how to use the link to get on or just don't want to have their face on. You can actually call in now. We only can do one at a time. We aren't big time like that yet, like the radio stations where you can have multiple people call in. But we can do one at a time for now. So that is the number scrolling down there at the bottom. So again, if you don't want to have your face shown or you can't, your internet is down or bad, you can call in. But with that being said, let's bring on our guests and go from here. How are you doing today, Ronnie?
What up, though? What up, though, people? How y'all doing out there? Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you as well. Good to see you as well.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Yeah, it's been a lot going on. And I wanted to get in that with the what's popping, and just go from there. So that being said, it's been a couple of weeks since we've been on, so let's just talk about what's been going on. We're here today. A lot of news been made today. You got Republicans that are backing the Dems plan for 3-year extension, at least the ones in the House. I think you're backing a little bit too loud. But anyway, the Republicans are backing a Dems plan for a 3-year extension of the ACA in the House only. So they did a discharge petition against I didn't say against, but a discharge petition in the House. You know what I will say is against, because the reason why I will say is against because the discharge positions never happened. It's only happened a handful of times over the last 20, 30, 40 years, actually. Because usually the party in power sticks together and make things happen to make sure that the things that help their members to get their votes in and stuff like that and amendments and stuff like that. So for a discharge position, and usually there are very strong leaders in the House that will not take a discharge position. You can lose, seats, committees, and stuff like that when it comes to discharge positions. But anyway, the Republicans can't govern, so they can't come up with a plan to get the ACA or the fix, quote unquote, fix the ACA with adding subsidies or coming up with their plan that they've had since 2010. We've been repealing and replacing Obamacare since 2010. So we should have had a plan for the last 15 going on 16 years that we still don't have. So the Republicans, 4 of them, are siding with the Democrats to do a discharge petition to do a 3-year clean subsidy package That will probably be voted on in the beginning of next year. But again, that will only be in the House. The Senate will not pass it. I can say that right now. So we're still gonna be fighting over that. We have the Susie Wiles interview, which I want to get into more in a little bit here in a second. You have the tragedies in Australia, um, moment of silence for them, as well as the Brown tragedy. Um, those two tragedies happened this past weekend. But I wanted to get back into, like I said, the Susie Wiles interview. She did a interview over 11 different interviews, actually, and everybody else and a lot of other people in the White House was also interviewed. And I just wanted to highlight some of what she said about the dysfunction that is going on in the White House. She said that she read the Epstein's files and Trump name is in them. Uh, she had also says that she urged Trump not to pardon the most violent criminals from January 6th, but he didn't listen to her advice. She admitted Trump is looking for retribution. She tried to convince Trump not to stop the score setting against political enemies after 90 days in office, but she failed. She directly contradicted Trump's claims about Bill Clinton being on Epstein's island. She describes Trump as having been an alcoholic's personality, even though he does not drink. She said the vice president has been a conspiracy theorist for over a decade, and that his conversation from Trump critic to loyalist was political, driven by the Senate ambitions that he wanted to get. The Senate described. She also described Elon Musk, sorry, as a ketamine user, which we already knew. She said Russell Vought is a right wing zealot. She also defended USAID, said it was doing good work and should not have been stopped. She said Pam Bondi completely whiffed on the handling of the Epstein files. She first gave binders full of nothingness. Then she claimed the witness list or client list was on her desk. There is no client list. She said the administration needed to look harder at deportation to avoid mistakes. She also said that referring to two mothers who were arrested and deported with their children after voluntarily attending routine immigration meetings, she said, I cannot understand how you make that mistake, but somebody did. And she also said that Trump's governing mindset is this way. He operates with the belief that there is nothing he can't do, nothing, zero, nada. So that was just a synopsis of what she said there. Also, breaking news today, about an hour ago, actually, is Dan Bongino. We lost a podcaster, y'all. Podcaster have just quit again. His name is Dan Bongino. He also has a side job as the deputy director of the FBI. He just announced that he's stepping down this in January. So we lost him. So he can go back to full-time podcasting once again. So I think will be on his way shortly. But the story that I really wanted to address is the passing or the murders of the Reitner family. They were murdered by their son this past week. And Trump has some nasty things. He's immoral, indecent, um, narcissistic. It's so many adjectives that you can say about this human.
No apathy, huh?
No apathy.
No
Yeah,
apathy. None of that.
none of it. It's really disgusting. The level that he is willing to sink. He can't control himself. He really can't. He cannot control himself. And I think it is starting. I think that the country forgot because we had someone in office that was was silent, that was behind the scenes. That was old. I'm not gonna lie, he was old as well, but he was behind the scenes, so you didn't really see him that much. So you forgot about how terrible not only of a human as Trump is, but everything else. Everything else about him. You just forgot about him in and of itself. Enough to a point where enough people voted for him and was conned, and now they're living the reality that they voted for. They're living every single day the reality that they voted for. I'm gonna give you the floor before I go into to talking some more real quick. But how did you feel about what's going on right now with the rundown from what's popping?
Hey, what? Hey, listen, I'm following everything what you said and all the interviews and all the information that was put out. But guess what? Is this chief of staff? Still his chief of staff?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
even though that's the level where people's minds are. They know all of this stuff and still remain where they are. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Absolutely.
So all of that stuff that they talked about, obviously everybody knew already.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us, letting everyone understand what they already understood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't any crazy news. That was crazy in itself. And then and I know we're gonna talk about the Jasmine thing, man, but that's gonna be a big tale about how this thing on
How the country goes?
yeah, man. She gonna be one of the ones like, ooh.
Okay.
It's a,
But
but
let's
you know,
go ahead.
yeah, I think everything's gonna work out. Again, this is how the system works. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Sometimes it's not for your favor, sometimes it is. Yeah, all the tragedies that we talked about, man. And they hit another drug boat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. They
So
constantly hitting them. Yeah,
right,
with
recent
no
like
real
today
authority. Yeah.
or yesterday or
I know
something like that.
yesterday. I
Yeah,
know they did it yesterday. I didn't see today's
yeah.
but
So
yeah.
yeah, like we just the system. We in that debacle of the system again.
Yeah.
Like the system, it's like the stock market. Sometimes, I mean,
Yeah.
how the stock market look like. Oh, we sweet, and then the cliff hit. You're like, oh, and
Yeah.
then we sweet, but it's always climbing up. So this is all it is, man. It's just a little spike in where we need to be at.
I truly
It's
believe,
been worse. It's been
yeah.
a hell of a lot worse.
I think that what's going to wind up happening is we're going to definitely get a constitutional amendment out of this by the time the next 3 years are over with. Hey, for the record, we're almost through the first quarter, y'all. We're in the last minute of the first quarter. But I think we're going to get a constitutional amendment on pardons, and the reason why is because you created a lawless president where he has immunity for damn near everything. And so he can tell you to do something that's illegal, and then after you do it, pardon you for it. So we have to change the pardon power, not just for that, but he's literally, in my opinion, allegedly selling pardons. Um, and that
So
was
here,
another
here
thing that we missed. We
here's
missed
my
him pardoning a Democratic
yeah.
congressman that was up in Texas, thinking that that congressman would become a Republican because he pardoned him. He did not. He filed as a Democrat, and then he went
Right,
after him
right.
after the fact. That also happened in the last 2 weeks. So,
Yeah,
and so that just tells you the mindset of he absolutely thinks when I do something for you, you have to do something for me. That is not how pardon is supposed
100%.
to work.
No,
Yeah, not how
absolutely not.
pardon is
They're not
supposed to
supposed
work.
to work way.
Yeah,
But that's just listen, man. We're in the gangster time in America.
we are.
I'm just
We
if
truly
people.
are.
I think honestly, we always are. It's just the
Yeah,
level of what it got to be.
yeah,
Just like on Goodfellas, you know what I'm saying?
yep,
If you ever really think about how Goodfellas went, everything was so sweet in the beginning, and
yep,
then he got sweeter. Then he got like, oh, then they had to put him and his brother, and it's just gonna get rebuilt.
yep,
But around it, the same structure still around you. That piece is just gone.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yep,
it's just we're just in that part of it, man. If people don't understand how this actually, man, if you really want to really get down, I think they all them partners be like that because it'd be some people that get part and we be like, what?
mhm,
On both sides of the fence. You know what I mean? But when it's just so blatant now, he's just blatantly doing what he said he was going to do. Like I
mhm.
told you, I'm going to do all of this. So we can't really, again, we can't be mad at the snake, man. We got to be mad at the body of that. You know what I'm
Which is the
saying? You got to,
American people
yeah,
for electing him. I mean, you elected him.
yes,
We
and
really did.
and
We
and
really
just
did.
you know what
We
you're
really
saying?
did. Actually, we really
Yeah,
did because we're a
yeah.
part of this
And
country.
here's another thing, right? Uh, we talk about like, oh my God, everybody voted for now. It's affecting people, and they deserve it. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yes, you
Absolutely,
deserve this. You
absolutely,
know, you know what I mean.
absolutely.
Even though we know it's going to affect us even more, the people that need to wake up, and they are waking up, it
Yep,
needs to affect them, and that's
yep,
when they're going to turn around and be like, "Oh, what have I been doing?"
Yep.
So that I think
Absolutely.
that's how it's gonna
And I
work.
think it's happening in the Hispanic community.
Mhm.
They don't like being treated like Negroes. They
No.
absolutely do not like being treated like nigga. I mean, we've been
Yeah.
racially profiled since we landed. Since
Mhm.
the 1400s, we've been racially profiled.
Mhm.
And now Hispanics are, and they don't like it. They don't like it. They are electing Democrat mayors that ain't elected in 30 years.
Mhm.
They are swinging back because they realize now, whoa, we're not white. We're not going to be treated the same as white folks.
Mhm. 100%.
We tried to tell you that. We tried to tell you. We tried to tell you. But here we are.
Hey,
And granted,
hey,
it's not
listen.
all Hispanics, but the ones that voted that way,
Yeah.
here we are. Here we
Yeah,
are.
we ain't they ain't no different than us when we were kids. When
No.
your mom told us not to do something, we did it anyway. It was like, oh, now you got to go get stitches.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. So they're getting
It,
these
it'll,
as we
yeah,
speak. As
yeah,
we
you got to go through that.
towards the
Yeah,
Somalis and Dearborn, they coming after y'all too. It's happening.
yeah.
It's happening.
Oh,
All right.
listen, man, it's everywhere, man. It's
Yep.
everywhere.
All right.
Just
So
be, you know what I mean.
mhm.
Be on alert of that kind of stuff, man. So when it start affecting the people it really need to start affecting, then they'll really understand this.
Yeah.
It's for real.
Yep. Yep. So let's go back to like I said, the Reiners who passed away were murdered by their allegedly by their son. And I wanted to read to you within hours of their passing what Trump actually said. And then I want to show you that MAGA is actually revolting against not only this, but him as a whole. I think MAGA is starting to break. But let me just read what he said first. He wrote, "A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused over others through his massive, unyielding, and insufferable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome." It literally inserted himself into this murder. It's mind-boggling. Sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump with an obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectation and greatness with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before. May Rob and Michelle rest in peace. So he tried to clean up at the end, but it was still done. What he said was absolutely out of pocket, out of line.
Man, that was
Um,
atrocious.
it was atrocious. It really was.
Like,
And
what? All right, what? Come, oh
yeah,
my God,
yeah,
man. Like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, I think he was just digging too
absolutely.
deep in the hole. And he was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, I can't
No,
go
no, no.
that far.
No, he did.
It's
He
too
did.
late though.
It's because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't put the video up because why even hear him
yeah.
for the next 30 seconds. But he reinforced what he said. He didn't
Right,
have an issue whatsoever of doing it. So
right. No, that's the point.
he's totally fine with it. He's totally fine
Hmm.
being a terrible human being. But I wanted to go to,
Hmm.
it's bad when a neo-Nazi has to check you.
Mm,
I'm about to play you
mm.
a neo-Nazi. Nick Floyd says we played him a couple of weeks ago, but I wanted you to hear that MAGA is breaking apart. I truly do believe that MAGA is finally starting. The tracks are getting bigger and bigger, and I wanted to play this video because I want you to see for yourselves what MAGA has to say about Trump. And then, yeah. So let's play this and then go forward.
This is ugly rhetoric. It is ugly. It is actually evil. Forget for a moment that we are in a war. Someone gets murdered by their son. It's a horrific tragedy. This is a horrible story. And nobody deserves that. I don't care what their politics are, what they said on the internet or on television. Nobody deserves to be murdered, stabbed to death with their wife by their own son, who they tried to help, and their best friend discovers the corpses. It's despicable. And it's despicable to make fun of that. And I do think that, look, somebody like George Bush passes away of old age at the very end, and you talk about his political legacy, that's one thing. Some guy, some producer, some civilian dies at the hands of his kid. It's such a grisly situation. It is objectively awful to make fun of that. Now, if Trump were actually doing what he promised to do, You could overlook the fact that he's a douchebag. You could overlook the fact that he's vain, that he's a narcissist, that he's tactical but not strategic. You could overlook all these things if he was bringing home the goods. That was kind of the deal in 2016. You said, we don't love everything about Trump, but you know what? We're willing to accommodate. It's an acquired taste, but it's okay because he's doing all these other things. Well, what's actually the pitch now? We get nothing. We get no concessions. There are no deportations. We haven't ended one of the wars. We haven't remade the federal bureaucracy. And then he's a dick on top of it. Then it's all about his vanity and his own self-aggrandizement on top of it. What is the redeeming quality now? It's nothing. It's hollow. It's empty. So that's my take on the Rob Reiner stabbing. No one should be making fun of that. It's not funny. Who could honest to God look at that and laugh? You know. Charlie Kirk, on the other hand, this is somebody who is my mortal enemy, who he was actively trying to suppress my career, ruin my life, all these things. He got shot by a political partisan. He wouldn't debate me, but he would debate the type of person that murdered him. Someone like me could have gotten on the show and said, well, I guess you should have debated me. I could have said some smart alecky thing. I wasn't even thinking that way. Because a young person got shot in public for basically no reason. And that's awful. It's awful that there are two fatherless kids. It's awful that this guy had a daughter who now has to live with this. Her brother is in prison for murdering her parents who are now dead. Her life is shattered and destroyed, and so many people's lives are destroyed. You go on True Social and make a joke about Trump derangement syndrome. It just goes to show there was never anything there. There was never a center. It was always empty. There was nothing inside there. And there's something tragic about that. Being a part of it for so long, I mean, I jumped off along the way, but you thought at one time that Trump really believed in America, believed in people, or something. I think he believes honestly in nothing. And now the only thing that's left is whatever people are projecting onto it. Whether that's they still think they're fighting the left or whatever it is, the only thing that's left is what people still believe is there, what people are projecting, and that's coming from themselves. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Thought that statement was absolutely, completely below the office of the President of the United States, classless.
You have no problem calling out what the president said, but why do you think other Republicans have struggled to do so?
I can't comprehend it, but Caitlin, I'd like to point something out. Just last week, and I think the dam is breaking. I'm one of the people that's willing to admit the truth and say I don't see Republicans winning the midterms right.
All right. Again, fuck that guy. He's a neo-Nazi, racist piece of shit. But when a neo-Nazi, racist piece of shit is more humane than a president of the United States, what does that say about our country? What does that say? It says so much. And before you go, I want to play one more. I wanted to play the coward that is the Speaker of the House. Real quick. This is what he had to say about Trump and his comments.
Mr. Speaker, did you see the?
Do you condemn Trump's post about Rob?
What do you got? What are your thoughts about what President Trump said about Rob Reiner at his press conference today?
I don't do ongoing commentary about everything that's said by everybody in government every day. We are trying to bring down healthcare costs for the American people. They're very important votes, very important issues, and that's what we're focused on.
I
gave commentary this morning, and you all.
He is a terrible, terrible human being. I'm being honest with you. It's Trump and then it's Johnson for me. And the reason why is because he bathes in the holy water. He clutches his Bible so hard every day. So he says. Yet he's the biggest lying hypocrite that we have in Congress. In my opinion, he's a terrible, terrible human being. And he's weak as shit. That's why they keep doing these discharge petitions against him. He's a piece of shit. Can't stand him. Anyway, and I agree with you there, Miss Diva, Miss Diva, that yes, I can't believe that we're agreeing with Nick Fuentes. Another piece of shit. But here we are. All right, Ronnie, before we go to Jasmine Crockett, because that's the next what's up. I'm really looking forward to this Jasmine Crockett thing, y'all, because yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. Let's go. All right, so what you got to say about this, Ronnie, before we
just real quick on both Wolf and Sheep's Clothing. Hey, thank you for all my God. I didn't know this is that point where, you know, if it falls off the cliff, they can be like, hey, I told y'all this back then, or they on the other side of it, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't trust them wolves and sheep's clothing just because they all of a sudden, oh my God. But if you 100 miles deep in a hole and at the end you're like, oh, so I'm 100 miles deep, you gotta come back 101 miles to be sweet with me. You know what I mean? So good luck with that.
All right, y'all. We're going to move on to the subject at hand, which is going to be, we're going to talk about, can Jasmine Crockett win in Texas? Again, before we start, if you are watching, please hit the like button. If you're a member, if you're a subscriber already, if you're not a subscriber, hit the like button and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, go to your Facebook page, go to my page, Facebook page first. Share it with your page if you don't mind. I really would appreciate it. We're trying to get our following going. Again, this is the last part of the year. If you want to join the conversation, the link is in the comments on Facebook as well as YouTube. Join us. If you don't want to use the link, we actually have a number now that we can call. So for those who don't know how to work the link, my mama, you are more than welcome to hit to call the number and ring us on in and join the conversation. With that being said, we have a Texas primary for Senate coming up, and we have two rising stars, one with already a national profile and one with a more Texas profile that's creating a national profile for himself. We have James Tallarico and Jasmine Crockett, the Honorable Jasmine Crockett from the state of Texas, who is currently a member of the House. Oh, we got a phone call. Hold on, y'all. We got a phone call.
First phone call.
All right.
Press 1.
Welcome to the podcast. Yes, ma'am. Welcome to the podcast. This is I'm your host, Bobby Ship. May I ask who's calling?
Bobby.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your mother.
Hello, Mom. Hello. Welcome. Hold on. This is your first time on. Welcome to the couch. Yep. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to I think too you need to take a look at when you was talking about Trump and his people and who's behind him, who's doing a lot of dirt, is Stephen Miller.
Yes, absolutely.
So we can't forget him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's just as treacherous as Trump.
Absolutely. He's I'm not going to call him a Nazi because he's Jewish, but he has Nazi tendencies. Just say that.
He don't care. Him and his wife.
And his wife, yes.
Are dangerous.
Yes, they are. They're racist for sure.
Very, very dangerous. So we can't, let people, find out what he's about. You know, they need to get educated on him because this man he's been wanting to do what he's doing now, but Trump is just there going along with it. But most of this stuff is probably his idea.
Absolutely. I don't think Trump really cares much about the inner workings or what's really going on with government. As long as he can get some good headlines. Yeah, as long as he can get the good headlines and as long as he can get his retribution and make his money. That's what he cares about and get the accolades. That's all he cares about.
He don't care. He never did.
Yeah.
He never did from the beginning.
Yep.
Before he became president for the first time, I read that someone was working under him and she came back. She said she couldn't work for him. She said because all he cared about was himself.
True.
but people just didn't understand, didn't educate themselves about this man.
I think
this man was dangerous long before he got in politics.
I can't say that you're wrong. I can't say that you're
He was
wrong.
very dangerous then.
I can't.
Very dangerous.
So do you see the MAGA cracks that we have going on now, or do you think that I'm not? You do you starting to see a difference? You think?
Yes. I don't know yet, but I'm hoping it is a difference. I think is trying to come to a head, and I'm hope so. I really do, because what's happening now is only for these people, millionaires, billionaires, and what have not. They the one running what's going on for this world now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's we, the people, if we don't wake up and understand what's going on here, we're going to, it's going to be much harder for everyone.
I agree. But I also think, and this is why I'm really looking forward to this conversation that we're about to have. I also think that we have to run the right candidates to win. And that is why I wanted to talk so much about this subject here. And I want you to stay on because I wanted to hear your opinion when it comes to this here. Just I'm gonna just read their bio and then I'm gonna ask you a question. So we have James Tallarico here and going against Jasmine Crockett for the Democratic House. I'm sorry, for the Democratic Senate seat. And this is the bio for James Tallarico. He's a former public school teacher. He's a Harvard Divinity School graduate, champion for public education, as well as teacher raises, opposes school vouchers. He's really big into his faith. He talks about that a lot on the campaign trail, as well as policy-driven messages. And you have Jasmine Crockett, who is currently sitting in the House as a member. She's a civil rights attorney, as well as a criminal defense attorney. She was former state rep in Texas. She also sits on the Judiciary Committee in the House currently. She has been a national voice now against Trump and against the Republicans, whether it's for voting rights, whether for, she's been a big profile in voices with in congressional hearings with, Bad Bill Butch Body, and as well as strong media and social presence. I'm gonna tell you my opinion. Let's get this out the way so we can get this party started. I personally
Go ahead.
I personally don't know if Jasmine is right for Texas. I think she has done a phenomenal job backing or going against the Republicans and being that voice and being, the voice against the Republicans and Trump. But I don't know if she can win a race in Texas. That is my personal, honest opinion. And I'm looking forward to hearing from my shipmates and seeing where we go from there. Mom, I'm gonna put you up first in case you want to get off and just watch. Do you think Jasmine can win?
Well, first of all, let me say Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas.
Everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Sorry, that's the first thing I was supposed to say, and we gotta keep on praying, people. Please, we gotta keep praying. I'm not sure. I had to do a little bit more, like educate myself.
Yes.
Jasmine, I think it's okay to try. Now, she may not win, but that don't mean that she can't ever win.
I agree.
But if she's right for it, she's gonna get it. I don't, change. Texas mostly Republican, but people is changing now. They see what they need in life.
If
she's going to be that one to help you get there, might be just right.
Yeah, and I have a lot more to that. I just wanted to get that out there quick to say I'm not showing her, and I don't know if she's right for Texas. And then I want to back that up. I got some things that I wanted to talk about and go further into it. But that was my first, just quick soliloquy on that. Ronnie, do you think, how do you feel about Jasmine running, and do you think she she can, I ain't gonna say she can't, I'm not saying she cannot win. Do you think that there could be a better candidate out there that could win in Texas, or you think she is the best candidate for Texas at this time?
So between her and the other guy,
Yeah, at this time,
okay, just them only. I don't know any other.
Yeah, those are the only two that's running. That's the only two that's running.
To me, there is no comparison between the two.
Okay.
One has been elected to state government.
Mm-hmm.
One has advanced degrees, knows the law. One who is also a representative that is in Congress in DC, so she knows the inner workings of how real government works, right? Against a person that has never said anything ever. I mean, I don't know what he said. What background?
House. He's a state representative, so he's in a house.
Okay, no, okay. So, but what has he done other than the state stuff?
That's it. Absolutely.
What kind of degrees? He got a teaching degree. Great. I want you to be a lawyer. I want you to already know how this works.
Yes, he doesn't.
I want you to already know how, you know what I'm saying, how this whole game works. I don't want you to come in there new. I don't want us to go backwards because you look a certain way. I don't like how I represented this picture of them. I mean, who come up with this stuff, right? So like, and then you think to yourself, for us to even say, I don't think you against that person, absolutely she got a spot for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All
So for me, hell, but we can't have this right here. Like saying, you know what I mean? Think about this on another level.
That's why.
So think about this. So think about this on another level. It was the same thing that happened with Kamala. Kamala, I'm saying,
yeah,
right? Overly qualified. You know what I'm saying? And everybody like below us, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I don't care. I don't know too much about her. Like, it was the same kind of descent. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't just coming from us. It was coming from a whole bunch of people that it shouldn't have been coming from. I'm thinking to myself, heck yeah, I want somebody in there like that. If you got the president of the United States wanting you to be fired, that means you're doing your job right.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So I don't want somebody that they ain't never put the boxing gloves on it and threw some jabs at the bag. You know what I mean? That's just my point.
So
I didn't have my bonnet. I just didn't have my hair on.
Hold on. I want to start with this. This is about winning, okay? This isn't about who is qualified, who on resume on paper deserves to win. This is about actually winning the seat. I agree with you 1000% that if it was up to me, absolutely Jasmine Crockett should be the senator from Texas over Tellerico. I absolutely agree with you there. But do I think she can win in Texas? Auntie, I want you to go, and then I have some charts and some videos because there's some like I said, like Mom said earlier, we got to do some research and stuff like that. Tellerico just did a Jubilee 1 versus 20 on undecided voters that I think we all should go and watch. We were about a quarter way through, me and my wife. Jasmine had a 40-minute first speech that she did when she came out that I think we all should go and watch to hear about her background and stuff like that. But all I have is their 2 coming out videos. So that's what I am going to show. And I'm also show something else. But Auntie, I want to give you the floor first. Before I give you the floor, if you're watching and you want to join this conversation, hit the like, subscribe, and hit the link. You cannot call right now. That number has been taken. And so, but you can hit the link to join the conversation because I think this is going to be a good one. Auntie, I'm going to give you the floor for a minute, and then I want to go into some facts of previous elections and then show you the coming out video, and then we go back into the conversation some more. Go ahead, Auntie.
Okay.
Yes.
I love y'all.
All right.
And
Love you too, Ma.
Love you, sis.
Bye-bye.
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 All right, so we have a free line. We have a free line now that if you want to join on the call line, you're more than welcome to join us. So go ahead, Rita.
You don't care about my hair bonnet, do you?
Absolutely not. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Well, I love Jasmine Crockett. I mean, I adore her. I think she is a great representative. for her district. She's smart. She's witty. She's tough.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm concerned too, that I hope that her and Tallarico don't, destroy each other in a primary.
Yeah, I don't think they will, honestly. I really don't think that they will because I
But I don't
think,
think, there's anything on either
yeah,
one of them,
yeah,
unless something comes out,
yeah,
in
yeah.
the future. But I think, I don't know, I'm undecided.
Mhm,
I would love the opportunity to vote for her,
mhm,
me not being in her district, of course, I didn't have that opportunity to vote for her for a
mhm.
representative. When I heard that she was entering in the Senate race, I was excited, but then my excitement turned to concern, because Tallarico is a formidable opponent,
Yeah,
and he's not a black woman.
exactly,
And,
exactly.
yeah, and we saw what happened to Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
So, my
Mhm.
excitement turned to concern.
And that's exactly where I'm at. If she was running in Michigan, I wouldn't have an issue with it. If she's running
Right.
Pennsylvania, I wouldn't have an issue with it. If she's running in New Jersey, New York, Delaware, Maryland,
But it's
even
Texas.
Virginia, I would go with Virginia
Yeah.
even. I wouldn't have an issue with it. California, obviously, I wouldn't have an issue with it. But Texas, I don't know if she can win. I'm not saying
Yeah.
she cannot win. She absolutely has a shot to win because she bring out and it was two things that as I started thinking about it and formulating, how I felt about it. I ran across a couple things. One thing I came run across was a comment on Twitter, somebody saying, "Is this white supremacy sinking into your heart for you to say, or into your mind for you to say that a black woman cannot win the Senate in Texas?" So it made me think. I said, no, because I'm not saying that a black woman cannot win the Senate. I'm saying she cannot win in this particular
In
state
this state. Right.
and the
Right.
demographics that's in this state, as
Right.
well as another one was, could she bring out enough new voters to get her
Right.
over the top? That's
Yeah.
possible, but
And
I know
young voters.
and
I
young
think
voters
she can appeal to young
she
voters.
can, but I also know that she will bring out those who will never vote for a black woman and will make sure
Right.
that they come out to vote
Mm-hmm.
against her.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
with that being said, we've had many strides this past 3 to 6 months on special elections. Just
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, seats that Kamala won by 6% in Kentucky, they won by 50%. Democrats did.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
some huge strides are being made. Like I talked about this earlier in Miami. There's a new Democratic mayor that's coming in there, and Democratic mayor hasn't won in 30 years.
Right. Right.
One
Yeah.
run Miami-Dade County.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and they
She was a
lost.
white
So there was
woman.
a 42% turnaround there.
Right.
So the wave is definitely going to Democrats. Could it carry her? Possibly. I don't know.
Right.
So with that being said, I wanted to show this chart here. And it is the elections from 2016 to 2018 to tell you the demographics of the state of Texas and why I am concerned about can she win or can she not. So in 2016, Trump beat Hillary by 9 points. In 2018, Cruz beat Beto by 2.6 points. So Beto almost won that race.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that was the closest
that was the closest
Democrats had come,
it's in 30 years.
in 30 years.
30 years. In 2020, Donald Trump beat Biden by 5.6 points. In 2020 as well, Cornyn beat Hagler by 9.6. So
I think Hager was just the wrong candidate.
yeah. And at the same time, you could see that because this is split numbers right here. In 2020, Biden lost by 5.6, Hager lost by 9.6. So there was a 4-point swing of people who voted for Biden that did not vote for Hager.
Vote for Hager, right.
You get what I'm saying? So there can be a difference there. And then in 2024, you had Kamala lose to Trump by 13.8.
Mm-hmm.
And you had Colin Allred. So we had two black candidates. You had a black woman and you had a black man. both running in Texas in 2024. The black woman lost by 13.8. The black man lost by 8.5. I'm saying that to bring up, like I said, it's about the demographics. This is a very big Hispanic community here in Texas. It's a very big white community in Texas. There's only 13% population of blacks. So you can get all the blacks that don't vote to come out and vote, and she will get 90-something% of that vote.
Black vote.
You know, but it's still going to be a hurdle because she is an outspoken black woman. And I'm not saying that she needs to stop. I'm not saying that she needs to change who she is. By no stretch of the imagination am I saying that whatsoever. I'm just saying I don't know if she can win in Texas. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, and with the Hispanic vote, they're like pissed at Trump, because their family members are being taken off the street.
They are, but is that enough? Are they pissed enough to vote for a voiceful black woman?
Right.
That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question. Right.
Or will they say, "I'll sit this one out because I can't do it"?
Yeah.
Will they be more amped? I believe they will be more amped to vote for a white man that is talking, Bible this, Bible that. Right. I absolutely believe that they'll be more apt to vote for that. I think we would have a better chance of winning.
Yeah, because they probably vote for Paxton over. If Paxton beat Cornyn in the primary, they'd probably vote for Paxton.
They probably would, or just stay home.
Or stay home.
Just stay home.
Right.
All right. So with that being said, again, all politics is local. All politics again is local. So you have to have the right candidate for the position that they're running for. If you ask me honestly, I think whoever loses needs to run for governor to try to beat Abbott.
Right.
And
right.
I think they will have a shot at beating Abbott. And I would say even if she loses the primary and goes against Abbott, I think she could beat. I think she has a better chance of beating Abbott for governor than she does anybody for Senate, because they look at the numbers at the Senate and how that could swing the power of the Senate and totally.
And they don't want to lose control.
And they won't lose control of the Senate. So I think she has a better chance of winning the governorship. But before we go there and give the floor back to you guys, I wanted to play both their coming out videos. I will say Tariq's is longer because that was just his. That was his coming out video. It was longer than hers. And I want us to talk about it on the other side. So we play these two videos and then we'll go on.
Okay. The biggest divide in our country is not left versus right. It's top versus bottom. Billionaires want us looking left and right at each other so that we're not looking up at them. The people at the top work so hard to keep us angry and divided because our unity is a threat to their wealth and their power. So their social media algorithms and their cable news networks tear us apart. They divide us by party, by race, by gender, by religion, so that we don't notice that they're defunding our schools, gutting our healthcare, and cutting taxes for themselves and their rich friends. It is the oldest strategy in the world: divide and conquer. But we will not be conquered. We're underdogs in this fight. We're going up against those billionaire mega donors and their puppet politicians. We're going up against a rigged system, and we're going up against a lot of money. But I'm a former middle school teacher. I don't scare easily. And Texans don't scare easily. My granddad was a Baptist preacher in South Texas. He taught me that we follow a barefoot rabbi who gave 2 commandments: love God and love neighbor. Because there is no love of God without love of neighbor. Every single person bears the image of the sacred. Every single person is holy. Not just my neighbors who look like me, or pray like me, or vote like me. Those billionaires are trying to keep us from seeing all that we have in common. They're trying to keep us from realizing that there is far more that unites us than divides us. Because once we do, we will come together, across party, across race, across gender, across religion, to take power back for ourselves and our communities. 2,000 years ago, when the powerful few rigged the system, that barefoot rabbi walked into the seat of power and flipped over the tables of injustice. To those who love this state, to those who love this country, to those who love our neighbors, it's time to start flipping tables.
All right, so that was Talarico's. I'm gonna play Jasmine's, and then we're gonna talk about it on the other end.
How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her?
She's the new star of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett. They're in big trouble.
But you have this woman, Crockett. She's a very low IQ person. I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. Crockett. Oh, man. Oh, man.
She's a very low IQ person.
Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
Now they're going to rely on Crockett. Crockett's going to bring them back.
All right, so I'm gonna give you my synopsis of those two, and then I want to talk from there. First, I want to say we had a comment earlier that said that they thought that Obama endorsed Talarico, and he has not. But looking at those two introductions to running for the Senate, I seen one, just being completely objective here, regardless of who I think could win or lose, just completely objective and observant of what I seen. I seen one candidate that was talking about the people and talking about the stuff that divides us, and we can, help to change, and I seen one candidate that was showing that they were a fighter against the current president and that the president doesn't like them. And I hear the even though I got headphones on, I hear the gallery in my living room just call me biased, and I would love for the gallery to call and give their opinion about how they feel. Because we have been arguing about this for over a week now. I'm just that was my honestly, even if I wanted, even I say right now, she's the one, the two rollouts. I'm just saying, those two things right there was, I think everybody can see they're objectively different. One was individualized, and one was we are here together. Opening. So, Ronnie, I'm gonna let you go first.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for this. Thank you for this. For me, it goes back to I can hear both ways of how this looks. He's a polished, old school politician that goes out and does what he's telling people what he's going to do for them, right? Before he gets to do it for them, right? On the other hand, to me, Crockett has already done that. She's done that to her people already. She's literally went and done it for real. She don't have to go back and continue to tell people what she's going to do for them. She's done that part already.
I will fight.
She already doing it.
On the national level.
Yeah, I ain't got to tell you in the park that this is what I'm going to do if I get elected. Wait, I am elected. I've been elected. I don't need to tell you. Look at my track record. You know what I'm saying? So her mind is on something different. And I think it could be like a twofer, like what you was kind of, I don't know if you was alluding to this or not, but you can't win any race you don't get into, right?
Yeah.
So I think this could be hey, if she get into the Senate, great. But the numbers that come up and say, hey, we supported her, even if she lose, they can be like, oh yeah, that's our star for governor. You know what I mean? So it could be that, like, how much support will actually be out there for in the first place. You know what I mean? So that's how I think it could be, like, in a two-sided way of like how this may work. You know,
So
does that make sense?
yeah, so you made my point for me right there. What you just said,
Right?
It's one of those. Well, if she doesn't win, at least she can, she made her point so that way maybe she can run for governor. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody that can win. That's number one. I'm looking for somebody that can actually win. That's gonna give us the best chance to win. That's why I voted for Biden, and that's why I wanted Biden in 2020. He, to me, gave us the best chance to win, and he ultimately won. That's exactly where I'm at here with this situation right here. The other thing that you said, you brought up everything she has done. Again, you're not making my point, but I'm gonna reiterate what I said earlier, which is this isn't about accomplishments. This isn't about the resume. This isn't about the position that they hold right now. This is about who can win. Period. This has no disrespect to her whatsoever. I love her. I absolutely love her.
Okay, can I say something real quick?
Call.
Listen. I endorse Jasmine Crockett 100%.
Okay,
now she has a chance to win.
Okay,
that's like anybody, right? So yes, she can she win? Absolutely, she can win. If you get in a race, you can win.
Yeah, absolutely. But does she give us? I'm saying us as the Democratic Party. Does she give the Democratic Party the best chance to win? And I'm surprised that I haven't had more people call up right now.
I mean, go look at social media. Look at their social media numbers.
Social media.
Listen, this a big
doesn't translate to votes.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. Hold on. Yes, it does.
But there still aren't.
I mean, Kamala had a huge following on social media.
So hear me. It wasn't bigger than Trump's. So the whole point I'm trying to make is listen. Listen, what I'm trying to tell you, right? She has a bigger footprint in that state, I'm sure, than he does. I'm not saying he's not a great, because of course you guys are from there. You guys know how his thing. From me, I'm just looking at what I've seen so far. And does that make sense?
I think
that's coming from that kind of mind. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just from my point of view, from what I've seen so far, it's like that.
Her name recognition is definitely bigger in the country, and I would say in Texas, than his currently. I would agree with you there. I would definitely agree with you there that she has a better name recognition. However, that don't mean that she is going to win. And getting name recognition goes both ways. It's not just good. It's good and bad. So
name something that's bad.
That's bad.
She's a black woman.
That's people will come out to vote. People will come out to vote against her. Wait.
Just because she's a black woman.
Hold up. Being a black woman is a bad thing now?
It's not a bad thing, but you have to look at how people see her. How people see it. There's a lot of people that would not vote for Kamala. Even black men would not vote for Kamala because she was a black woman.
Absolutely.
Even though they were raised by a black woman, even though their sisters and grandmothers were black women, they would not vote for a black woman.
Yep.
Period.
Especially outspoken one, because she's way more outspoken than Kamala was. And again,
black men, are threatened by powerful, outspoken black women.
None of what we're saying are we saying
from California?
we are not saying.
You're in a different environment.
I'm just being funny.
If Jasmine was running in New York, I would absolutely say she got a shot. She can win it. She can absolutely.
I heard you early. Yeah, I heard that's exactly what you were saying.
If she was in Detroit, not Detroit. If she was in Michigan, I think she can win.
I heard that.
It's certain states. It's not, but Texas is a different state. I wanted to welcome Holly. It looks like you muted right now. Welcome back to the pod. Welcome back to the couch, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm turning the camera on while I'm talking.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna
give him a little workout in here.
Okay. All right. Welcome.
So Jasmine, I think Jasmine is definitely what we need, but I'm with you, Ship. I don't think she's not gonna outrun Tallarico. simply because she's a Black woman. I think we're going to wind up dealing with what we dealt with Kamala, and people are not going to vote for her, not because she's not qualified, but because she's a Black woman. She is absolutely what we need in the Senate. She ain't afraid of Trump and the whole 9 yards. Now, the ads that you shown that they're coming out, I think she should have did something a little bit more inclusive rather than beating up on Trump, because Trump supporters are going to support Trump. They're going to do what they're going to do the whole 9 yards. But I don't think in Texas, and I heard you was talking about if she was going somewhere else, anywhere else, she would have a shot. But in Texas, the reddest of the red states, she gonna have a problem. What I don't want to happen is for her to take away, and they split the Democratic vote. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, there's the primary. So once the primary is over, I think everybody's gonna fall in line between whoever it is. I absolutely believe that. I still just think, regardless of that, I think she will have a tougher time in the general election. Because right now, there's another thing I did not mention. She's actually 8 points up right now. The latest poll only poll that ever came out. She's 8 points up on him right now. She is in a Democratic primary. A general election, I think I don't see her getting over the finish line. And I think he can, because he's a white man, because he talks about faith so much, and he can explain why he feels his thoughts on abortion and all of these different things. He can speak to the electorate in Texas.
Exactly.
Exactly. In my opinion, and I have not researched it enough. I have not watched it enough to really know. But first glance, I just don't think that she could get over the finish line, and I think he would have an easier time to get over the finish line.
Simply because she's a Black woman. If she was a Black man, I think she would have a better shot.
She would have a better shot, but even then, I think it would be still a less of a shot than him.
But you got to think too, and I misquoted. Obama didn't endorse him, but he actually spoke about him. On one of these talk shows or news shows or whatever he was talking on. And Tallarico actually gave Jasmine Crockett a bunch of praise on one of those on Cuomo. I don't know if you watch Cuomo, but last night he was on Cuomo saying how great of a leader she is. So I think it'll be a friendly fight.
I do too.
I really do. I don't think there will be any scandal or mudslinging between the two.
Nah,
but
I don't see that now.
If I had to choose today based on the climate, I would have to vote for Tallarico. I love Jasmine. I think she's great. I do.
Because it's about winning. It's about win. It's about actually winning.
Oh my
and that's where I'm at. I mean, and again, this is why we're here. We are here to chat. So if you're watching it.
So listen to what we're saying. Listen to what can I say something?
As a Black woman, Black women can do anything. I get it. If she was a white man with that same thing, she would probably get in. But she's not. And we got to look at the climate that we're in today.
Exactly.
The climate we're in today is not going to in Texas.
Exactly. In Texas.
Listen,
if she was running in Georgia, I think she would have a better shot in Georgia than she do in Texas.
Listen,
I agree.
No, can I say something, please?
Go ahead, absolutely.
Okay. If people like us are already, and I'm not even from there, right? So I don't have really a leg, or because again, you guys know a little bit better than I do.
You do.
So hold on, hear me out. There is, the only way a person can win is getting support, correct?
Right.
Okay. So if we love her, if you love somebody, like if you really love somebody, right? Even if they get into a fight, you're gonna try to help them win, correct? Even though you might see somebody right next to them, like, yo, if I'll put them in the race, the one I love, I'm pushing through the fight. We gonna make it. You know what I mean? But because you don't know until you listen. The point I'm trying to make is you don't know until you get in there, right? Maybe this is how all they always think about. Oh, man, we gonna win anyway. Ain't going out there to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that old mind thinking can't be out there like that. Even if she hold on. Even if either one of win or lose the Senate race, that'll dictate. You can tell by those numbers.
There's a win-win.
So right, even if that does happen, the people they'll see coming out them seats next, like, dang, them numbers actually jumped up because of whatever. You know what I mean? So you can't have that mindset of same old. Oh, it's even worse now. She a black. Is you crazy?
Again,
the black woman was it was a black woman that was the vice president of the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What you mean she can't? What you mean she can't?
Hold
on. Wait.
Exactly.
Listen.
She was not the vice president of Texas.
Listen to what I'm saying. Did you really think people really would have gave her a thought of being vice president for real? Like, she wouldn't have had a shot anyway. People don't make sense to me.
First of all, people don't.
You get selected for it, but no, they get picked.
I want to break down what you just said though, because you need to understand again.
I understand fully.
So let's just take your knowledge that you just said. What you know, if you love this person, you want to help them fight, and you want to make sure that they win this match, and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
There's another match. There's another match beyond this. So if I got $1 million on the winner of the tournament, not the winner of this round, I want to make sure that who I'm putting my $1 million on gives me the best chance to win the tournament, not this round. Even though it could be my brother. I'm not gonna lie to you. It could be my brother. Like, I don't think you're not gonna win this tournament, dog. And I got $1 million on line to win the tournament.
But can I say something?
I need so.
Can I say something?
So yes, do I think she can win the primary in Texas? Yes, she probably will win the primary in Texas. And will I go head first diving in to try to get her elected? Absolutely, I will.
Then let's do it.
Absolutely, I will. However, I'm saying, I'm exactly with Holly. I don't think she gives us the best foot forward to win in Texas. Okay. I just don't, because of he's a white man that's a school teacher that talks about God in Texas.
Let me break this down to you. Listen, I get what you're saying, but listen, I don't care if she was going against a freaking outer space giant with all the freaking weapons behind them, and I know they're gonna win. I'm still doing what no. There's no possible way you're gonna tell. There's no way I could be convinced to do it the other way. It's zero way. Here's why I'm saying that.
Do you want to win?
Here's what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm saying, right? So, so for me, I'm saying for me, looking out from outside looking in, right? For me, if I see a person that I know more, you know what I'm saying, and I get the climate that you're in, because you know the climate, you know how most of the people that you're around are who you're around, but you're on a different level doing probably 99% of the people that you listen to right now, right? Your environment is not really relegated to down in certain levels, to be honest. You understand what I mean? So the people that you see, I get, that's where, you know, most of the decisions are made. We get it, but
that's what we're talking about here.
So right, hold on.
This isn't a national race.
Yeah. So my point is, like, but it's a whole bigger tree than just the top of that. That tree's getting bigger at the bottom, bro. The people don't see it yet. You know what I'm saying? If we got to be out here like, no, we out here too. Get that bottom of that tree bigger. You know what I mean? You can't say I'm gonna just go fold in, like, no, I want to be seen to get some of the sun too. You know what I mean? So for me, there's no way that I would be saying she has in any stance of the matter.
All right.
For me, it's 50-50.
So no,
I'm kidding. It's 100-0 to me. Does that make sense?
In Texas, so I don't know if you know this or not, but Texas is a minority state. And what I mean by that is there are more minorities in the state of Texas than there are white folks.
Yeah.
So
I heard about the numbers. Yeah.
That's
why gerrymandered.
Yes. There are 40% Hispanic in Texas. She will get a vast majority of that. I contend he will get more because he's a man, because he is a white man. That will take him over the top. That I don't know that she can. Let me ask you a question.
Shoot.
Who in a primary in 2020? Who did you want to get? Who did you want to get the to be the nominee for in 2020?
Who I wanted to be the nominee? Joe Biden.
So why?
Because it wasn't because he was a man. I just knew that he freaking had the backing. He been out there for 40 plus odd years, and I didn't like Hillary Clinton because what she did, what they did in California, and when they was the president, vice president. You know what I'm saying? They locked up more. They locked up more.
Hillary didn't run in 2020. I'm talking about 2020 when he ran against Trump. That was Biden in there. No, I'm talking about in the prime. I'm talking about the Democratic primary. It was Biden. It was Kamala. It was Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It was Bernie. It was Elizabeth Warren. Who were you for in 2020 in the primary?
Biden
in the beginning.
In the very beginning.
Very beginning.
Because he was Obama's man. You know what I'm saying? So some of that stuff that had to leak down to him, because if Obama wouldn't have put him in that position. Are already at number 2. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't trust him, and we didn't trust Obama for 8 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, heck yeah, what's going on? Like, because I didn't know really any of the rest of them as much as I knew him. You know,
no, that's not true.
Here's why. Here's why.
You know about Elizabeth Warren.
No. Okay. Hear me out. Remember, he was the vice president. I didn't hear about Elizabeth. I wasn't following Elizabeth Warren. I didn't know any about Kamala Harris. Because I ain't live in California. I didn't know anything about it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know any about any of them as much as I knew about him. As you know what I mean? Already.
Yeah.
And his policies.
All right. So I'm gonna break it down to you because when I say I love politics, I love politics. So I've been found 2020. I was Biden from the start, from the very start, and I didn't want Bernie, even though I agree with a lot of his politics, because they were going to paint him as a socialist. Same thing with Elizabeth Warren. They were going to paint her as a socialist, and she was a woman. I couldn't do it. Kamala Harris, she's a black woman. Like, no, we need to win. So she was out. Pete Buttigieg, by far, is my favorite. My favorite, like who I would have liked to have seen to be president. Because he's intellectual. I mean, just so many things about him I love. No, he's a gay white man. To me, it was about Biden and Biden only because it was one old white man against another old white man. He was going to be sane enough for people to vote for him in a country, and he gave us the best chance to win, and he did exactly that. That is why, because I looked at who gave us the best chance to win. And you know who took him over the top was black people in South Carolina, because he got drugged in the first 2. He won South Carolina, and boom, he won the rest of everything else. So I said that to say my opinion doesn't come from anything other than I want to win. That's what this is about. And I think Tallarico, I'm sure I just butchered his name, gives Texas Democrats the best chance to win. Now, could that change over time, that he stumbles and he's not ready for the big stage or whatever like that, because Jasmine has been on the big stage longer and she's ready for all of that? Absolutely. It can change. But as of today, I think he gives Texas Democrats the best chance to win because of the demographics of this state. It ain't got nothing to do with either one of their resumes, because I 1000% agree. Let's be real, 100% agree. She's the more qualified. She deserves it. She's been the biggest fighter for one of the biggest fighters in the national stage for us when it comes to Trump and MAGA and all of that stuff. I agree with you. I agree with you. But in Texas, he gives us a better chance to win. That's all I'm saying. If anybody else that's here, I'm gonna give you the floor and say, if there's anybody else here that wants to chime in, come on in. The lines are open. But that's where I'm at with.
But that's
Holly. You got anything?
Yeah, I think that's the issue. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Holly.
No, she didn't say anything. She's
I thought she said something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, I agree with you. I agree with you 110%. He's got the best chance in Texas, and that's where we got to look at the demographic here in Texas. I would love for her to get up there in that seat, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I just don't. And I hate to sound like a pessimist, but I'm a realist too. And by living here and seeing they re-elected Abbott time after time after time. And he definitely needs to go somewhere and sit down. Literally. He really does. After all the stuff that happened down in Uvalde, he told them parents, I just knew he wasn't going to get reelected when he told them parents it could have been worse. I'm like, ain't no way in the world they finna reelect him. And they did. He done does some wild stuff here in Texas, and he keep getting reelected. And that's, you just pay attention to the climate, the demographic, and what goes on here in Texas. Jasmine Crockett is going to have one hell of a time trying to win that race here in Texas.
They are, this state is very, very, very Christian based. So I really wanted to add another adjective in there, but I'm just, they're Christian based looking. And what I mean by that, like they act Christian based. Now, are their policies really Christian based?
No.
You know, like the whole 10 commandments, they got 10 commandments in there. Like, he will be able to speak to people who act Christian on Sundays. He will be able to speak to them and get some of them to say, hey, come on. Oh, you know what? He believes like I do. He can, you know, he believes, you know, and I'm not saying that she don't, I'm not saying by no stretch of imagination she's atheist or this, that, and the other, or she don't believe in God. You know, I'm not saying that, but whatsoever. But her candidacy isn't as much based on that. And for her to change to do that now, I think would be a detriment, because now you're looking fake. Now you're just bringing it up just to, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not to say that she doesn't bring it up at all, but he has made that one of his tenets on who he is as a person.
Yeah, I think,
especially when you add in that he went to divinity school in Harvard.
I saw that.
So those that thing, that for the demographic in Texas, because Hispanic, again, it's a 40% Hispanic, but there are more Hispanics than, you know, almost as much as white folks, and they are very religious.
very much so.
Man dominated type
deals. The
deals.
only way that she would even have a good shot is to get the young people
young
out to the vote. You're gonna have to go over to Oak Cliff and all of these places to get these young people out registered.
Registered and voting.
That's the only way she's gonna really have a shot.
But now I think she can do that better than Tallarico can. Sure. I mean, it would definitely be, you would get a higher black turnout from her, absolutely, but by no stretch of the imagination. You know what I mean? You would get a higher turnout there, but you won't get as many Hispanic votes, many white votes with her. So what is the trade-off? What is the numbers? Because that's what it is. It's about getting one more than the other.
It's complete. But Bobby, I always enjoy. Gonna have to sign off now, but thank you for always having these conversations and you know, getting our wheels turning and the whole 9 yards. You're doing a wonderful job. But I'm gonna have to get on off of here and
get on off. Actually, we're gonna get off
early.
You better go vote for freaking account or Jasmine too. What you mean? We ain't playing them games. No, it's good to see you. Hey, happy New Year's, happy Merry Christmas and all that stuff.
Enjoy. Happy holidays. Probably no pod next week, right? Christmas Eve.
No pod
right.
next week.
Well, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of that good stuff. Y'all enjoy your families and be safe.
No doubt. You too.
Absolutely. We think out there, and we're about to shut it down anyway, because the president is about to speak, and I want to hear what he got to say.
I forgot about that.
Look,
did you guys talk about what he said about Rob Reiner? Did I?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, he read the whole entire thing.
When a neo-Nazi is more compassionate than the president of the United States, what does that say? We got a problem. We got a problem.
All right, y'all.
All right,
have a good one.
All right, later.
All right.
Have a good one. All right, y'all. Like, again, we about to shut this down because I do want to get going and get ready for what the president has to say, because he is our president and he's about to have a national address here in about 40 minutes. So I want to see that. Again, I'm not saying that she can't win. Absolutely, she can win. Absolutely, she can win. But I feel she doesn't give us the best chance today to win. Could that change in a month? Could that change in 2 when it's time to go vote? Absolutely. But as of today, for me personally, I don't think she gives us the best chance in Texas. I'm gonna continue to say that in Texas to win. Ronnie, last word.
For me, I'm a complete. She is going to win. There is no she has no she's going to win. So you got to have that mindset. She's going to win. Go out there and a guy. Obviously, everyone has their. Again, I'm not sitting in tech. I have no idea. So for me, I would think more that Bobby knows much more about Texas than I do. I'm just outside looking in, and I'm sure this is probably a lot of our viewers that are gonna have kind of what you mean? We don't even know this dude, and that's where my opinions come from. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying that heck no, from what I know, heck no, she gonna win everything. You know what I mean? So that's the thing that people have to like really pay attention to. Also, when they listen to things online too, is like you got to know what the whole context of the thing is, or in what side they're talking about, what view they're coming from, or their perspective of it. So don't just go by what one side or the other. Go by what you observe, and then you make a decision off of. And don't just go back. Yeah. So for me, thank you, brother. I know this is our last one of the year. We're gonna continue to grow, continue to pray for our country, getting our troops back home safe and all that stuff, because that's the ones that are gonna be most affected around now, because we have people on deployment out there, keeping us safe and doing God's work. So keep them in your prayers. Also, other than that, bro, it's been an awesome year. I hope we get a recap one day. You know what I mean? Go back to like the best moment.
Maybe next one to do a recap of the year.
Yeah, do that. You know what I'm saying? Should we if it's the new year, I'll talk to you more about it. I got something for you. Okay. I got something. All right. But for everyone else, be safe. Go out and vote. Do your due diligence. Stay safe, and take care of each other. Love you, brother.
Love you too. And I just want to say, in passing, that I love our community. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that's out there. This is the first, we're back on air after a couple years hiatus, and we will continue to grow. We're still a work in progress. I appreciate all of y'all. You all my shipmates. I'm the skipper, but you are all my shipmates, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. The Clean Our Pilot today will be simply happy holidays. That's what it's going to be. Before we go to Clean Up Pilot, I just want to say I want to send our prayers to the family members that passed away in Syria, that was tragically passed away, that were through a terrorist attack. Service members in Syria. So give them a moment of silence, and then we move on. So we'll pray for their families, and again, Cleaning Our Pilot today is going to be just a happy holidays, whether it's Hanukkah, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Kwanzaa, or New Year's. Just happy holidays. Enjoy your family, hug your family, kiss your family, eat the food, and continue to love one another. Continue to have empathy and stuff for one another. And I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next year. Peace.